Gypsy Rose Blanchard uses a common manipulation tactic called mirroring or mimicking. Mirroring or mimicking is a manipulative tactic used by narcissists to create a false sense of connection with another person. Narcissists may mimic their target's thoughts, feelings, behaviors, interests, attitudes, values, and emotions. The goal is to make the other person feel like they have found someone who truly understands and connects with them. We see Gypsy doing this in every single relationship dynamic that she has. I have a few clips that show this, but in Nicholas's interrogation, he said he felt an instant connection with her and that just after 4 days, they were already like in a committed relationship. Ken also says the exact same thing about how they were writing to each other in prison and he felt an instant connection with her. Like, how do you feel an instant connection with somebody in prison? I don't know, but she has a way of mirroring back to these people whatever they need in order for her to gain control and power over the relationship dynamic, to lure them in thinking that she is exactly what they need in order to be whole or complete or whatever. Not only does she do this in her romantic relationships, but she also does it with her stepmother and her sister Mia. I don't know if you remember the clip where Gypsy and Christy are talking and Gypsy is using this like Cajun accent. That is mirroring. And she also does this with her sister, Mia. And I feel like with Mia, in that one video where they were doing the outfit of the day, where Gypsy is like pursing her lips at her, I think she is watching her body language, her hand gestures, looking at her facial expressions, how she moves her hands, so that she can mimic Mia's exact body language, behaviors, etc. A few reasons why people mirror or mimic other people is the first one is envy. So sometimes people will copy another person because they want to feel as successful as that other person, fashionable, funny, or intelligent. And you see that with Mia and Gypsy copying her because she wants to mimic, to portray that she is like her sister. Narcissists also mimic others because they have a lack of empathy. They have absolutely no regard or remorse for anyone else's feelings but their own. And she also has a sense of entitlement, wanting to like steal the spotlight from whoever the spotlight is on. The sense of entitlement is to steal the spotlight so they have a false sense of superiority or self-importance over the other person. Now, if you read her book or if you didn't, it's okay, but she has gone over a couple of times where Joey King was so brave for taking her on as a character, making it seem like Joey was not already a credible actress in her own right before the act came around, and how like the act put her on the map. Joey was already a pretty credible actress way before the act even aired. It had absolutely nothing to do with Gypsy. But Gypsy wants to steal the limelight from even Joey King, saying, "Oh, she did such an incredible job playing me. I'm more important than she is. She was so brave to play my character." Mirroring can be so convincing to the other person that the target, or the subject, I would say subject, feels a deep connection and rapport with Gypsy, making them more susceptible to further manipulation. And this is why the narcissist tries to trap you really quickly. I mean, Nicholas said it was only 4 days before they were in a committed relationship, because the quicker they catch you and trap you into this abuse cycle, the longer you're more likely to stay in it, and the less likely you are able to notice the patterns of abusive and manipulative behaviors. The mirroring stage is also coupled with love bombing. So, like I said, in this first beginning stages, they are giving you exactly what you think you want in a partner, thus making you feel like that person is exactly who you need to be with. They pay close attention to your likes, your dislikes, your hobbies, your aspirations, and present themselves as the ideal partner who is sharing those exact same interests with you. Let's take a look at a couple of these clips that I found.
Feel comfortable? I'm fine with it. Okay, where did you guys meet? It was a site called ChristianForDatingFree.com.
We know Gypsy is no Christian.
Yeah, it's Christians, but it's meant to be free. Okay, so you don't have to pay any money for it. It's just a place you can go to meet people? Yep. Okay, and have you met a lot of people on there? I met a couple others before I met her. Okay. Yeah. And do you guys have like names, or how do you know who you're talking to? When I talked to her, it was where it actually had her name as I was reading it. So what is her name? Her name is Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose. Yep. Okay. And then what was your name whenever she was talking to you? Nicholas Waiting. I'm honest about it when I was online, so. Okay. So you had your name, and then she had her name. Yep. And then you guys met on there. And so once you met on there, what happened? We got closer on there, and we connected more and more. Okay. And then we got comfortable where we about like. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the way that we clicked is it made it seem like we somehow just knew we were right for each other. Yeah. Okay. So we what was it, like 4 days? I have to say 4 days later we started a relationship together. Okay. Yeah. And so your relationship, what kind of relationship was that you guys started? It was one of those committed ones. Okay. To each other, committed to each other. Yep. So you were on there looking for other people, and she was.
There, you heard it from Nicholas's own mouth. He felt like they were instantly perfect for each other after 4 days.
Well, crying up, I said, I need to tell you something.
Faking a Cajun accent to mimic her stepmother.
I miss Ken.
He must have woke up quick.
He did, and he was like, you need to let that go. You need to let him go. You are married. And I'm like, I know I am. But I think...
Hey, listen, like I saw your story. I want you to know that people out here, myself, we support you, and I hope that you're doing all right, and wish you the best, and just wanted to, write you a letter and just let you know that you have supporters out here. And it was just like a one-off send. I didn't expect to hear back from her, and then I did, and then we just kind of started writing each other on the regular. Again, something that I've never done before or since then. Writing letters is so interesting. But I mean, we really, had a lot to talk about. We had a lot in common, a lot of interests, like-minded interests, things that were going on in our lives. I felt like it was really easy for me to just let the walls down and just tell her about my life as it was going, hear about how her life was going, and we established a great friendship just off of that.
Yeah.
And
there was later.
So you actually hear Ken saying that he wrote to her in prison, but he wasn't really expecting anything. And then he started to realize how much they had in common and how his life and her life were so similar. My question is how was her life experience similar to his while she was in prison? Because of mirroring, because she was mirroring back to him everything she thought he needed in order to reel him in and manipulate him into being in a relationship with her. Gypsy knows what she is doing, and there are too many people out there in the world that minimize how smart and how dangerous and how calculated she is, because she is manipulating everyone in some way, shape, or form. If this is something that you have noticed, please drop it in the comments below. Let's talk about it.